This secret killed 97% of remakes. The closer they copied, the worse they failed. What the rare successes understood will change how you see every adaptation. Here's what nobody tells you about cloning classics. Every masterpiece contains invisible architecture. Not the plot, not the characters, not even the memorable lines. Something deeper. When Stanley Kubrick adapted Stephen King's The Shining, King famously hated it, called it a betrayal. But audiences? They worshipped Kubrick's version. Why? Because Kubrick understood something King himself missed about his own work. The book terrified readers through Jack Torrance's internal dissent. His thoughts, his rationalizations, his slow psychological unraveling. But Kubrick knew cinema doesn't work that way. He couldn't film thoughts. So instead of copying the architecture, he rebuilt it entirely. Different materials, same feeling of dread. But here's where it gets fascinating. Most adapters do the exact opposite. Mistake number 1. Worshipping the surface. When adapters love their source material too much, something strange happens. They become museum curators instead of artists. They preserve every detail like ancient artifacts. Every line of dialogue, every character beat, every plot point, perfectly replicated, completely lifeless. Think about it. When you visit a wax museum, the figures look exactly like their subjects. Same features, same proportions, sometimes eerily accurate. But something's wrong. They feel dead. Because perfection isn't the same as presence. The 1998 shot-for-shot remake of Psycho proved this painfully. Director Gus Van Sant recreated Hitchcock's masterpiece frame by frame. Same angles, same timing, same everything. The result? Critics called it the most pointless remake ever made. If this is already shifting how you see adaptations, drop a like so I know to keep going. And this is where it gets powerful. The original Psycho worked because Hitchcock was breaking rules, not following them. But here's the real insight. Mistake number 2 contradicts everything we just discussed. And it's equally deadly. Abandoning the soul. Some adapters swing to the opposite extreme. They change everything. New setting, new characters, new themes. They keep the title and discard the rest. The 2016 remake of Ben-Hur demonstrates this perfectly. The original 1959 epic won 11 Academy Awards. It defined the sword and sandals genre for generations. The remake? It stripped away the religious themes that gave the story meaning. Removed the slow burn character development. Fast-tracked the revenge plot. Made it louder, faster, emptier. It flopped spectacularly. Lost over $100 million. What the author reveals next is brilliant. The original Ben-Hur worked because it was about something. Forgiveness. Redemption. Spiritual transformation. The remake kept the chariot race, but lost the reason anyone cared who won. Think about that for a second. Action without meaning is just noise. But the most important lesson is this. Mistake number 3. Ignoring medium translation. Every art form has its own language. Books whisper thoughts directly into your mind. Films show, they cannot tell. Theater breathes through presence. Video games demand participation. When you move a story from one medium to another, you're not just changing format. You're changing grammar. You're changing vocabulary. You're changing the fundamental way meaning gets communicated. The Great Gatsby has been adapted 5 times. 5 attempts. All failures to varying degrees. Why? Because Fitzgerald's magic lives in his prose. The way sentences flow like champagne. The way metaphors stack like jazz improvisations. The way Nick Carraway's unreliable narration colors everything in nostalgic amber. How do you film prose style? You don't. You find visual equivalents. But nobody has. The 1974 version tried faithful recreation. Lifeless. The 2013 version tried visual excess. Hollow spectacle. Let me put this in perspective. Adapting Gatsby is like translating poetry into mathematics. The words might match. The meaning evaporates. But everything I just told you, that's just the setup. The wisdom deepens when we consider mistake number 4. And this one explains why even talented adapters fail consistently. Misunderstanding nostalgia. Here's what nobody expected. When audiences say they want faithful adaptations, they're lying. Not intentionally. They genuinely believe they want the story they remember. But memory doesn't work that way. What you remember isn't the original. It's your experience of the original. The age you were. The person you watched it with. The feeling in that specific moment of your life. No adaptation can recreate that. When the live-action Lion King hit theaters in 2019, it was technically perfect. Photorealistic animals. Exact scene recreation. Voice performances honoring the original. Disney gave fans exactly what they said they wanted. And critics called it emotionally empty. The problem? The original's power came from animated expressiveness. Simba's cartoon face could show grief. A realistic lion cannot. Disney cloned the surface perfectly. They couldn't clone the feeling. Subscribe if you want to understand why this keeps happening. And this is how you apply it. Mistake number 5 cuts deeper than technique. It's about ego. Refusing to add. Many adapters approach classics with excessive reverence. They believe the original was perfect. That their job is preservation, not creation. This thinking guarantees failure. Because adaptation is inherently creative destruction. You must break the original to rebuild it. Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings trilogy succeeded because Jackson wasn't afraid to cut. He removed Tom Bombadil entirely, changed character motivations, compressed timelines, added scenes Tolkien never wrote. Purists complained. Audiences loved it. But wait, there's one more key idea. Jackson understood something crucial. Tolkien spent pages describing landscapes because readers needed imagination fuel. Film doesn't need that. Film shows landscapes instantly. So Jackson replaced descriptive passages with visual majesty and used that reclaimed time for emotional beats. He didn't adapt the book. He adapted the experience of reading the book. What comes next will change how you think. Mistakes 6 and 7 work together. They're the twin killers that destroy even promising adaptations. Mistake 6. Wrong casting paradigm. Most adaptations cast for resemblance. They want actors who look like the characters readers imagined. This seems logical. It's actually backwards. Heath Ledger looked nothing like comic book Joker. He was blonde, slight, unconventional. Fans protested the casting. Then they saw the performance. Character essence matters more than physical accuracy. Ledger captured the chaos, the unpredictability, the philosophical menace. He didn't look like Joker. He felt like Joker. And Mistake 7 connects directly, explaining what should be experienced. Bad adaptations tell you things. Good adaptations make you feel things. The original Joker worked because readers experienced his menace through their own imagination. Ledger made audiences experience that menace directly. He didn't explain chaos. He embodied it. That's the difference between cloning and creating. So what does this mean for you? Whether you're creating adaptations or simply watching them, these 7 mistakes reveal a deeper truth. Classics aren't sacred objects to be preserved. They're living conversations to be continued. The best adaptations don't copy. They respond. They argue. They reinterpret. They ask what made this work, and how can I make that feeling work again in a different form? Kubrick responded to King. Jackson responded to Tolkien. Ledger responded to decades of Joker interpretations. Each brought something new while honoring something essential. The clones that fail treat originals as finished statements. The adaptations that succeed treat them as opening questions. Here's the takeaway. Next time you watch a remake and something feels wrong, ask yourself, did they clone the surface or capture the soul? Did they translate the medium or ignore its grammar? Did they chase nostalgia or create new memories? The answers will tell you everything about why masterpieces remain irreplaceable while their copies fade away. Now you know the 7 invisible rules that separate timeless adaptations from forgettable clones. Subscribe for weekly wisdom on storytelling craft. We read the theory so you can master the practice. What adaptation surprised you by actually working? Or which remake hurt your soul? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. The Synopsis Forge transforms great ideas into greater understanding.